Hey guys, it's time to go grocery shopping. If you guys haven't gone back and seen video 1 or 2 on how to start your grocery shopping list and then also how to get the amounts of foods you need on that grocery shopping list, please go back and watch those videos. But today what we're going to cover is we're at the grocery store. What do we do? We're going to start off with really quick some things that you guys want to be thinking about before you even get into the grocery store and some ways to set yourself up for success going into the store. So before you even get in your car and you leave, here's a few things you need to do. Number 1, eat food. Okay, have lunch, have whatever meal you're gonna have before you go to the grocery store. Do not show up to the grocery store hungry. You do that, you're more likely to get those chips and candies and everything else that looks really good because you're starving. Number 2, make sure the kids, those ones, are fed as well.
That was so perfect.
Make sure they're fed too, because you don't want them to be freaking out in the grocery store while you're trying to get through and make you rush. Number 3, make sure you bring with you grocery bags. Be good to the environment.
Yay.
Don't use plastic bags. Bring these with you. And then number 4, make sure you guys, you don't have to do this, this is kind of my own little thing, but bring some headphones. That's not to be antisocial in any way. Studies have shown that grocery stores will actually play slower music to kind of get you to meander around a little bit slower. And they found that when they did that, the average grocery shopper spent about 26% more than when they played a little bit more upbeat music. So beat them and play upbeat music inside your guys' headphones and kind of get through that store a little bit quicker. That's all I got going to the store. Anything from you, Britt?
No, I got my list. I'm ready to go with that.
And?
I got my scale, so I'm ready to learn about that. I don't have my headphones, but I don't think we'll need that today for you guys. But I'm ready to go.
Cool. See you guys inside just a second. All right, guys, one quick thing before we get inside of the store. Check out the difference between these grocery shopping carts. Brittany's got a smaller version and I've got a larger version. Over the years, grocery stores have kind of adapted their grocery carts to help people basically shop for the size of their family. Brittany does not need this large cart, and in fact, it would actually be a little bit detrimental to her to get this because it's human nature to want to fill things up. And so she may end up getting more than she actually needs. So go for the smaller cart if you're somebody shopping for yourself or maybe even one other person. Go for the larger cart, obviously, if you've got a family like myself. All right, guys, last thing to think of before you enter those doors. What is going to be your entry and exit plan? Okay, this sounds kind of intense, but don't walk into the store with just no idea where you're going to go. My entry plan is always to go to the veggies, the protein, and then the fats, and then I leave the store. So make sure you guys know where you're going in the store, how your store is laid out, so you don't waste time or anything like that. Another thing to think of too is hours of operation and the busy time. So usually anywhere from about 8 a.m. to around 10 a.m. is going to be pretty busy. You've got a lot of people just drop their kids off at school and now they're going to go do their grocery shopping. Also on lunchtime, so from 12 to 1 is going to be another busy time, and then about 3 to 6 or 7 or 8 p.m. depending on the population of your city is also going to be another really busy time. So if you can avoid those times, that's going to be very good for you. So let's head on inside and let's get our stuff. All right, guys, meet Philemon.
Hi.
This is Junior's dad. If you guys have been with us for a while, he's the head of produce here at Nob Hill. And I was just asking him, hey, when do you guys restock your stuff? And he has some pretty awesome stuff to say. And then one of the big reasons why we shop here at Nob Hill is because when do you guys restock your stuff?
We do it on a daily basis.
Every day.
Every day. Usually I have my main guy working on the wet rack. They call the vegetables in the afternoon after 6 o'clock. We restock fresh, okay? We clean up cases and we restock our items. So that's what we do through the night. So every morning it's fresh and full and ready to go.
Awesome. So if you guys are looking for really fresh stuff, obviously Nob Hill's a place to come, but specifically early in the mornings, because every night they restock all of this stuff for you guys. So thank you.
All right. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. You coming. And welcome and thank you.
Yeah. You guys just grabbing some lemons. I'm gonna grab some bags for this, but why, right? When I get home, I'm gonna just wash this stuff anyways. Probably throw that bag away. It's just a waste. So when you guys are getting your produce, don't worry about grabbing bags. Just toss it in the cart.
So
one thing that I get questions on a lot is whether I should buy organic or not. I say if it is in your funds and you can totally do it, awesome, you should totally go organic because they won't have as many pesticides on them, healthier for you in the long run. But if you don't have the money for that, then you can totally skip that and make sure that you're just getting real foods. That's like the big priority here. Some foods that you might want to buy organic are like the fruits or anything that's really porous like celery, because they will absorb that pesticide a little bit more. Some foods that you can skip on are things like avocado that have the skin and they have thick skin on them, and usually you eat them without the skin off anyways, so those are things that you can skip and save a little bit of money on. One of the things on my list to get today was Brussels sprouts. So I have two different types here. I have the fresh bag. This has 16 ounces of Brussels sprouts, and I also have the frozen bag here, which also has 16 ounces worth of Brussels sprouts. This bag is $3.39, I want to say, or 2 for $6, and for this bag it's $1.99. So, difference here. Most people think that this fresh one is going to have more micronutrients in it, but actually frozen veggies have shown that because of the process that they go through, right, they get picked from the field and right away they get put into the freezing process, they contain and hold more of their micronutrients than the fresh ones who get put into the containers and then they go into the buses, or I guess it's not a bus, the trucks, right? And then they get delivered here. So once they go through their whole process, they've been laying out for quite a while, they lose a lot of their micronutrient value. So if you're ever wondering on how you can save money, this is the way to go, frozen veggies. Now, the downfall of this that I have found is that they lose some of their crunchiness. So things like broccoli or cauliflower, I personally don't like because I like to have the crunchiness. But things like spinach or even Brussels sprouts, I'm okay with having frozen. So that comes all up to your taste and how much you like the crunch.
All right, guys, in the protein section now. So a couple things I want you guys to think about when you're getting protein. One of the things I look at is obviously, I mean, you go free range, organic, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Do what your price range can handle, right? But check this out. One of the big things I look for is the use or freeze by date. So this chicken's got a freeze by date by 11/19, and the one next to it has a freeze by date of 11/22. So that means that this chicken is a little bit newer. Just make sure you're checking out those dates before you guys get your chicken or your beef or your fish. Hey guys, just got some salmon from my man Armando here. Another good reason to shop at Nob Hill. They get a new delivery of fish every single day except for Thursdays and Sundays. So basically any day you come here except for Thursdays and Sundays, you get a brand new fresh piece of fish, some things to look for. If you guys look at this sockeye salmon here, you're gonna see that on the top left it says wild caught. Same thing with the Dover wild caught, that's good stuff, and then rockfish wild caught, great. But check this out, a lot of people get confused with that, and fresh Atlantic salmon, go down a little bit further, you're gonna see farm raised right next to that. That's stuff we wanna stay away from. So keep your eye on not the word fresh, but the word wild caught. All right, you guys, this should be basically your last stop in the grocery store. We've got butter here on the left, and if you turn around Adelina, we got our eggs here on the right. Now check it out. Grocery stores are smart in the way that they lay their stores out. If you think about it, you start all the way over at the produce section, right? And as we progress through the store, the types of foods kind of get a little worse, right? You get through the middle aisles, you kind of have like rice and stuff like that. And then once you start getting past like the detergent and the bleach aisle, all of a sudden everything turns into like processed carbs, chips, sugar, sodas, and then what's all the way at the end? The alcohol, like the worst stuff, right? So try to keep yourself from ever going past this point in the store. That'll help you out a ton. All right, guys, let's talk about how to read food labels and ingredients. It's a law that you have to list your ingredients by the amounts of what's in the actual soup. So let's take these barbecue sauces, for example. We have a Sweet Baby Ray's and then this bone sucking sauce, right? If we look at the first ingredient on the Sweet Baby Ray's, it's high fructose corn syrup, meaning that is the biggest amount of ingredient that's inside of this is high fructose corn syrup. If you turn this one around and look at the ingredients, you have tomato puree is going to be the first one, apple cider vinegar is the second one, honey is the third, molasses is the fourth, yellow, and I'd have to work my way all the way down here at the bottom till I get to anything I can't really understand. So when you guys are going to get something as simple as like barbecue sauce, a quick look at the labels will determine on what you should be going for. So make sure that first ingredient on there isn't something like high fructose corn syrup or sugar. Go for something that sounds like tomatoes or apples. That'll help you out too. if you guys are looking to kick the soda habit, here is your ultimate cure. It may not taste as good right when you start drinking it, but it'll be a good replacement for you. This stuff is gold, you guys. LaCroix. So tons of different flavors, but there's really nothing in it, you guys, besides just some sparkling water and some natural flavors. So if you're trying to kick that soda habit, this is your best friend right here. All right, guys. Great. Shopping's out of the way. Let's talk about like some serious stuff. Like, what are some snacks that you guys can keep in your car or at your desk for long periods of time that aren't going to go bad, right? There's a reason why this stuff is right across from this stuff, okay? They're smart the way they lay out these grocery stores. They understand that the people that are shopping for Coca-Cola are also going to be the people that want this stuff. And the reason why that's so true is this stuff is laden with sugar the same way that stuff is, okay? That's why we don't see a bunch of apples and broccoli on this side of the soda, because people who are shopping for soda are not looking for apples and broccoli, okay? They want this kind of stuff. So if you are gonna get some stuff that you gotta keep for a while, some choices you can make. There's some jerky choices, we'll go over that in a second, but I'd go with this, like a Lara bar versus something like a Cliff Bar, where people will think, oh, Cliff Bar, it's healthy, you know, whatever, and it's just really good advertising that's making you think that. If we look at the ingredients in a Lara bar, the first 3 ingredients are dates, peanuts, and semi-sweet chocolate chips, okay? There's only 2 other ingredients after that, so we have 6 total ingredients going into making this, versus a Cliff Bar. The first thing that's listed here is organic rice syrup. So the most that is in this is basically sugar. It's just a bar of sugar is what you're eating, okay? So now, are dates sugar? Yes, they are, but at least they're a whole food that was turned into this, not sugar that was turned into a whole food. So think about that when you guys are going for bars, okay? Okay guys, so another snack choice is beef jerky. It's an obvious choice, but what kind do you get, right? I've got a Oberto beef jerky here, and then this is an AJ's, I've never seen this before, but Montana Bananas beef jerky blend. So again, what we're gonna look at, you guys, is just the ingredients list. Beef, brown sugar, water, more sugar, agave syrup, more sugar, spices, and then finally at the last part is some beef stock. If we turn this one over, it's a little bit better. We got beef, water, then some maple sugar, some dextrose after that. So both are not the best choices in the world, right? But I would definitely go over this one than this one. So just make sure you guys are reading the ingredients list again.
All right, one last one for you guys so you guys can see. So right here I have some organic Greek yogurt, and when I look back at the label, it says pasteurized organic whole milk, and then it contains a whole bunch of probiotics. Really great for you. And now here we have a common kids one. So I wanted to show you guys how much they put this in your kids stuff. So if I look here, it says the same thing, low fat milk, second thing is sugar, and then there's a whole bunch of words that I don't even know how to pronounce. And you have vegetable juice, but it's only for coloring. It's not for micronutrients, so I don't even know what that means. So make sure that you also look at what you're getting your kids as well, because they will get them at a young age with that sugar. All right guys, quick recap. So for me, you got, if you're trying to decide whether to go organic or not, first look to see if you can fit it in your budget. If you can fit it in your budget, totally do it. If not, don't worry about it too much. Also, when you're thinking about fresh veggies, know that you can also do frozen, and those actually might be more beneficial for you in the long run when it comes to micronutrients.
Set up your guys' action plan before you get there. If you haven't watched our first video on how to get your guys' grocery shopping list ready, go check that out. The amounts that you guys need. Clear out your guys' fridge before you come. Go through your pantry. You don't want to be buying 2s or 3s of stuff you already have. Grab some headphones, get some good tunes on there, and know your action plan when you guys get into the grocery store. We'll be doing a Q&A on this coming up this week. I think what I'm going to do instead is just a live Instagram Q&A. So if you guys want to just like put your questions on there, that way we don't have to be at the gym until 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. I think that'll help everybody out a lot. And let us know if you guys have any questions about anything. I'll be coming out with the next video next week. Last thing I got, guys, integrity. Don't be a douchebag. Put your grocery cart back where it goes.